All right, good evening, everyone. For those who are still very patient to be here, because when I came here, the hall was packed. But looking around now, I can see some people left, maybe because of other engagements, maybe because of hunger. But next time they're organizing this kind of events, please let there be slight refreshments. Because people, I know, it's not easy to sit down here for hours listening to big English. Yeah, but I mean, we're almost there. Let me stand on the existing protocol to address you this evening. I mean, when my younger brother and partner, Mr. Go, reached out to me and said there will be this tech seminar in Enugu, I replied him, let me look at my calendar, and then I checked and I was supposed to be in London. He stressed on the importance of me coming around to, when he mentioned that it's going to be about the youth, you know at a point, I'm in the youth. But you know our youth, they get coconut head. But I think this is a very clean crowd, and today you have been listening, and I know that most of you will go out here with one or two information you need to grow and you need to succeed. So I said I had to come back and go back again so I can be able to interact. And then I came here with my prepared speech and a lot, but looking at you guys today, I think I will speak from my heart. I just marshaled down some points, and I have been asked to speak on this topic, the future of wealth in our Igbo, why Igbo business leaders must invest in technology. Every other speaker that has come and gone, they were corporately dressed, wearing suit, but me, I'm wearing a red because I didn't know it was gonna be this kind of formal setting, but I love it because we have to represent the tribe. I mean, tech, like every speaker here has said, is the future. I remember I was gisting somebody some other time. I said, well, the first time I went on honeymoon, that was like 17 years ago with my wife, we noticed that at the business class cabin of the flight, there were mostly Arabs there. When we got to shop at Old Bond Street then, you go to Burberry, you go to Gucci, you go to all these places, you could see the Arab women covering their faces, spending money. And you will be calculating exchange rate and they'll be spending a lot of money. Fast forward to today, if you enter any flight right now, you see a particular group of people, the Chinese. Go to the most expensive parts of the world right now, the Chinese, they have taken over. Why? Because of tech. The tech is the future, and for us in Igbo, there is a problem that we have been trying to solve, which is transfer of wealth from one generation to the next generation. Growing up, we had a lot of people, rich people, or people who we thought were rich. Lines of businesses, chains of businesses, and then the moment the person passes, you notice that the business fizzles away. Everybody, I don't know how they do that. Now, with tech, I mean, that's one thing called the globe is a revolving, it's revolving, and you have to catch up with time so that the world do not leave you behind. I'll tell you guys a very interesting story about time, taking opportunities, and then keying in. When we were growing up, my parents had two vehicles, 504. We had a mechanic then. His name was Emagriza. fantastic mechanic. He was doing amazing things. And as time passed by, other cars started coming to Nigeria. You could start seeing the Belgian vehicles trooping into Nigeria, Japanese vehicles, and our mechanic, Emma, was still doing Peugeot. Some other people went out to go and learn about these new things coming in, and then so that they could know how to move with time, and then our mechanic kept on doing Peugeot. The Peugeot in Obaden, they were reducing the number. You could notice that every day you can't find them. You could see Flatboot taking over, Opel taking over, Nissan Sun taking over. Our mechanic was doing Peugeot until at a point there was not a single Peugeot in Oba. So each time you passed there, you could see him sitting down. He said, how is it? He would respond, how can Njafi not blow you when you refuse to grow with time, to move with time? So this is tech o'clock. And as Njafi, we should find a way to factor in this moving trend. I know it's been there. When Chief Leo Frank was talking, you could see he has been in the business 40 years. 40 years. It's a very long time, 4 decades. But it is still a new thing. It's still a very green untapped area, because it's multi, it has a lot of channels we can key into. We should be able to find a way to factor in our wealth, however little it is, to take, to be able to move with time. Leo said he did not study tech. I think he read economics. Me, I read political science. But I am a master of every business. Trust me. Okay? So you must not actually be grounded on tech for you to be part of it. We created a game called Hammer Games, and I will tell you for free, it's the best game ever produced by an African. Ugo and the team here, when they came, and then me, I was like, let's make a phone. I have this dream. Let's own this phone, made by young Africans, developed by young Africans. We grow it, we have the platform. Ugo looked at me and said, yes, this sounds very good, but everybody is doing this. Let's do something everybody is not doing. And then he came up with these Hammer Games. Fantastic. The features are one of one, and then if you play, like we've taken it across the world in Nigeria, and people who have rented this say this is world class. What am I trying to say? I did not sit back and say, I'm into hospitality and entertainment. What business do I have with tech? I had to key in, because the world is revolving. The world is revolving. It's not what is fashionable today that will be fashionable tomorrow. So there are lots of ways we can make this to be part of us. In our league, I'm talking about right now. And in here, there are a lot of Elon Musk here, there are a lot of Jeff Bezos, and there are a lot of Obi Cubana here in this crowd. So I know everybody will be talking about startup capitals. I mean, the experts have spoken about it, but I will tell you that the most powerful asset you need to possess for you to be able to have access to funds, help, or anything is integrity and credibility. Once you have these two assets, I'm telling you, there are a lot of people who are there looking out to where to invest. A lot of people here, your brains are hot. I mean, you carry laptop. If somebody somewhere can sit down in Nigeria and be on a system, and you convince somebody who you have never seen, you've never had a visa to go abroad, and you're able to use a God-given talent to take money from somebody's account into another person's account, I believe that same gift, you can use it to build generational wealth. The other one is transient. Money will come, money will go. But you can build something that's gonna outlive you, that's gonna outlive your own generation. And then this is what I call the power of powerful collaborations. The fact that you have this does not mean you have that. Okay? So you guys can come together and say, okay, this one has the power or the knowledge to build, this person has the knowledge to improve, this person have the knowledge to disseminate and everything. I mean, you guys come together and collaborate. All these other big companies, even what do you call it, Elon Musk, there are a group of people behind him. He's not just there. He's just like the maybe he comes up with the ideas and everything. So here we are all we have. And it's a call on everybody to come up with what you can have. Growing up, we had stories about during the war, how our people were able to make Obunigwe, were able to make bunkers out of nothing, to make some, to refine red oil, to fly aircrafts. I mean, that means the gift is already in us. We have it in us to do certain things. The environment might be harsh, the environment might be hostile, but we have it in us. And I want us to channel the energy to positive doings. You can channel the energy to positive doings. You don't need to take from somebody to be able to live the kind of lifestyle you know you cannot be able to sustain. Okay? We every day, yes, I know some of you might say so, some of us do things, but we have to keep the culture going. And we have to show you that we do not pluck the money from the tree. This is what we do every day. The records are there. For the past 2 decades, we've been grinding, no sleep, no rest. And then you can also do the same and then do way bigger than us. Why this tech is also very important, and which I try to tell some of my friends who are doing some kind of conventional businesses, I say that the Gen Zs of today, the Gen Alphas and everybody, they might not be interested in the kind of business we are doing today. You know, those days, there's what we call one boy apprenticeship. I mean, you have to stay a whole 5-7 years with a master to learn the trade. And then they settle you, start your own shop. I mean, nobody is patient anymore. People do not want to follow that route. What they do right now is things, I mean, the kind of thing that bring money right now might not be the kind of thing that used to bring money decades ago. So, it's left for people who have actually made this world to say, how do I protect this world? How do I keep this legacy in the family? How do I multiply this thing so that my children can actually take it from there? Because the kids we said abroad today might not come back. My kids might not come back to come and do this Cubana thing I'm doing. They said, Daddy, what are you talking about? I have my own plans in life. Okay? So, for the people who have the opportunity, I mean, there are young brains here who have it in here, they don't have it in the pocket. They need all the support. As long as what they are doing is genuine, as long as whatever they are doing is legitimate, we can create generational wealth. It doesn't have to be, you don't really need to be a tech guru for you to invest or to make great impact in tech. I mean, and then you don't have to keep the knowledge that God has given you. Come out and say, this is what I have been able to do. I need help. How can we move this into reality? A lot of people die with their dreams, big dreams. Startup is the greatest problem. Startup capital is the greatest problem we have here. Nobody listens to you. But once you are doing it, you see offers from left, right, and center because they know that whatever investment they are doing with you is safe. Nobody wants to take the initial risk. So, but if you have something that you are convinced that I have developed this, every day you see on my DP, people, DM, I have this app, I have this app, I have this. It's not only app you guys have to develop. There are a lot of things to be developed. There is the health sector. There is the gaming sector. There is the, even in farming, right now, it's everything about tech. If it's about farming, when we started this our business right now, you used to count money manually, everything. Until they said there was something called POS. And then today with POS, I can tell you, you can do an entire business from Fridays to Sunday. On Monday, you can do turnover of 5 million, 10 million naira, and you don't have up to 100,000 naira cash. Everything is right now like, so people actually sat down to invent this kind of things. I sat down with a team of guys yesterday from Money Point, and they were analyzing to me the growth of the company. You'll be amazed. You'll be amazed at what Money Point has been able to do. You'll be amazed at the kind of numbers they were churning out last night. And I say this money is not even up there, it's under here, because they're able to reach to the market women, to the villages, and then tell you, okay, take this POS, collect your money. Those other big banks might not be able to have the patience to go and do all those things. So there are a lot of opportunities down there, mid-class, up there, for people to make. So what have you been able to build? What have you been able to develop? What are you working on? The fact that it does not work today does not mean it will not work tomorrow. It can work. You persevere, you keep pushing. Have that patience, keep pushing, and then pray. Because help can come from anywhere.